I had a lot of fun here, and like I was excited every day about coming here, and it's just something like I want to do, something I see myself doing. But it's also something that I gotta weigh the options because I've also been interested in medicine my whole life, and I feel like I can make an impact in medicine. So it's one of those things where I can see where can I apply myself the most, and I'm hoping that college will help me figure that out some more. I'm hoping to dabble in more experiences like that wherever I can find.
So what kind of, obviously you learn a heck of a lot of technical skills, and you've talked about this a little bit. What kind of other life skills, it's kind of a broad word, but practical skills or problem solving skills do you think you all have learned or been able to do more that maybe you weren't doing before?
There's definitely collaboration, because we needed to, whether we like the people or not, we are given an objective, and we're supposed to use each other's strengths and weaknesses in order to complete that objective. So you might just have to just tolerate whatever situation you put in and just complete the objective.
Yeah, Jacob, they tolerated you, man.
You know,
everybody in the class is tolerant.
Speaking of Jacob, I think you guys been kind of transformed by this experience, and I think Jacob helped facilitate that. My question to you all is this: has this experience made you want to become a mentor? Do you see yourselves becoming a mentor or a teacher with the knowledge that you've gained thus far? Has the experience of working with Jacob impressed upon you enough to go out and want to teach or mentor?
It depends on the skills that we have. I mean,
Sure, it's relevant, but
experience we have, we can teach others.
I think it really depends on the person, because sometimes certain people don't have a lot of patience. And we get
admitting that is the first step.
And we get very frustrated when we try to teach people. If they don't get it on the first try.
But the power of a mentor is obvious now.
Yeah.
That's probably the most important lesson
So
in that
Jacob,
topic, right?
these are like this is we're working with high school is really new for IBM. So I mean, just a real shift. A lot of times it's the college kids or graduate school kids. So do you see this growing? I mean, obviously there's some frustration. There's a lot more learning curve. A lot, they're putting stuff together. But how's that working with the high school? Because we'd really like to grow something like this.
So I definitely think there is room for it. I've had the opportunity to, I guess, work with college interns as well as high school interns. Obviously, there's a bit of what I'm going to say is an experience gap.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, a lot of it is, as they put it, taking that theoretical knowledge we learn in school and actually applying it, and then kind of coming to the conclusion where you go, oh wait, this is what they taught me, but not all the time does it exactly work like that, and you still have that learning curve you have to get over. And I think the faster you get over that learning curve, the better. I also think that the younger you can get some real world application and see what's out there, it's going to A, foster your interest, and B, get you excited about actually impacting the world rather than just saying, okay, school is boring, it sucks, I don't want to be here. People actually understand that, hey, I get to learn stuff that I can go apply and then change the world and help people, right? So I think there's room for it, and I think it's something we're pursuing.
So to piggyback on that question, from IBM's perspective, how has IBM benefited from the internship program?
So obviously the first off is just new ideas. These guys have courage. The older you get, some of us, the less courage you have as you get older and older, you realize, why can you start to realize that things can't be done. These guys don't know what can't be done. Right. I mean, if they would have been asked in the first day before they even took this job, you're going to be wiring a fish, talk to the Watson IBM cloud, and talk to you and have a conversation, you'd be like, well, it's not possible. But they came in and they were told that's the assignment, and they were like, what's a fish? Right? Because this is something we probably appreciate from back in the day, but a talking fish, talking to Watson IBM cloud, having a conversation, natural language, there's no way they would have.
It's surreal.
So they didn't have the idea they could fail. And they had a lot of small failures, and I'll tell you all about it later on. But so I think they've given us new ideas, fresh perspective. And I think that if it was a longer process, we could have them give us ideas for stuff, because they're very open book, right? They don't know what can't be done.
Well,
That's
we'll
pretty
work on
nice.
that longer process.
So
that's pretty nice.
Yeah. So building on that, Mr. Conover, putting the teacher on the spot, you know a lot and you've been part of it a lot. What are some skills or some thoughts, processes maybe these folks now can teach you and other teachers going forward about just teaching, the art of teaching?
Well, I think it's not just the art of teaching. I think we can learn from this is the art of what's possible, the art of possibility. And that's just kind of like a footnote to what you're saying is that, who'd have thunk that you would take an at-risk group of students and then put them in an environment and let them grow and provide them the environment for this mindset, this growth mindset. So this is like DWEC applied in a real-world IBM ed tech environment. So we could learn a lot from their experience of having no concept for what they're getting involved with to a sense of almost not a mastery, but you're getting close to it. And overcoming those fears and those objectives and learning what's possible and what commitment and communication can bring forth, that's something that we all can learn from. So it's not just for me. I mean, it's like, I want you all to come back into my classroom so you can share with the staff and the students and ourselves, everybody, because you just have an experience that is so freaking unique that not many other high school students can say that you've been there and done that. So I think we could learn a lot from out of the mouths of babes, you know?
So maybe the rest of the school year, which I know is real short, there's some debrief, some process debrief that can be really interesting.
Yeah, we'll
For us,
look
as
forward to
well
that.
as particularly you all.
Well, for us,
Right.
there's a natural bridge too. I mean, we're really trying to excite the computer science. So to have kids come back that are seniors in high school and maybe mentor 8th graders for a 2 or 3 week period of time and have them work on a project so that they come with that interest that, oh, I've touched this, I've tasted it, I can see. Maybe they'll bring that to high school and really be on a longer track of exploration. Just that inquiry, the way you guys talk about.
You guys heard me say this over and over again. The student that remains a student is an insult to the teacher. You know what I mean by that? So that means that you now have to go on, and it's your responsibility, it's your job now to kind of help mature and incentivize and kind of advise future students that might have an interest in this. And you can say, I can kind of guide you with where I've been and what I've experienced. That's really important, guys.
So a couple things. We're going to donate the fish to your school. We're going to have a team photo, so you guys can put that on the wall, and you can show future students, this is what you can do. Put your mind to it. And I have one more homework assignment for you guys. So I want you guys to install FreeMind on one of your computers if you guys haven't done it yet. And then I want you guys to build a mind map of all the keywords that you guys have learned while you've been here. So project management, with technology, with code. Just build this massive mind map. Everything you can think of that you guys accomplished, and then y'all can print that and stick it behind the fish. And so other students who see this, look what they did, they built this fish, and here's all the things that they've learned while you were in the process. Even if you didn't learn it, but you just grew it as a stronger skill. So that's your homework, is to do a little mind map. FreeMind is free, it's a good tool. Yeah. And just put down in the little bubbles all the things you guys have experienced while you were here. Even those who've been impatient, you experience patience and the power of mentors, right? But do that, you'll see kind of how big it grows. You just keep adding to it. And I think you'll be shocked exactly how full you can make that mind map. And then you can put that behind the fish and show future students what you can experience doing some of these internships.
And I think you should add the names of the people you've interfaced with at IBM as
Yeah.
well, because that spurs a lot of thought, and a lot of times deeper thought. So throw those names in that mind map as well, because that'll help you connect some of those things that you've done.
But it's cool, you guys did a good job. As you guys already know, you guys can feel it now. But it's a really nice job you guys did. A lot of stuff that you were here. We're happy to have you all.
Thanks for being our guinea pigs.
Yes.
I've got a question about IBM's commitment. What did it take the time of a full-time staffer for all 6 weeks? Like,
So
what are we asking of other companies in the future to make this
Definitely wasn't
successful?
full-time, but ask the man himself who was helping.
It definitely takes a little bit of time and thought. So what I'm going to say is when these guys were here from about 2 to 5 on some days, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. For the days that I was kind of actively helping, it took that full breadth of time. Once these guys kind of got their feet wet, got a base understanding of Intune and the hardware, I could take a step back a little bit, and then they could work a bit more independently. I'm going to say for the first half, I was there pretty regularly. Second half, I could take a step back. That said, at the very beginning stages, like planning things out, making sure that everything could work the way we want it to work, that definitely took a little bit of time and forethought. but other than that, I wouldn't say
For
that
one
it's
person, full
20
time for the
hours.
first half,
Uh-huh.
then I would say quarter time for the second half, just to keep them mentors and keep it going.
So
And
roughly
y'all
20
kind
hours
of
a
came
week.
up, when they showed up, you guys already had this idea of, here's what we're gonna assign them, or did y'all come up with, we're gonna make a fish
We
talk?
made it up the day before the day they showed up.
Oh, okay,
quite literally.
okay, all right.
Because that's the way, and that's just a lab. We had other ideas, we had a dozen different ideas, and the team had their own ideas. We asked the team to give us some views. And this one became kind of on the spot. We had the fish on the floor for the longest time. And then the Raspberry Pi was something that TJ bought, just came to fruition. And then we wanted to combine hardware and software. Jacob has an electrical engineering
Right.
background. And so that just became a natural, like a lot of things, spontaneous. The last second, you end up with a good idea that, and these guys loved the idea. They were like shocked at the beginning, I think. They were like, what? We're gonna wire a fish, really? And then they were like, absolutely. And then it worked out just fine.
Okay, so you're graduating June 3rd. I wanna know what everybody's doing June 4th and after that.
Sleeping?
What are you doing next fall?
Post-high school
Yeah,
plans. Where you're going, what you're gonna major in.
yeah.
Oh, getting ready for college, going to university in Austin, majoring in biology.
I'm going to Texas A&M and majoring in comp sci,
Majoring in what?
computer science.
Cool.
So June 5th, I already have a ticket to go back home for a month to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and then come back to orientation for UTSA for computer science.
Cool.
And then go to college.
Very good.
Similar to what he's doing, I'm also going to UTSA. I'm going to major in computer science as well.
Very good.
Awesome.
Me, with these guys, I'm not going straight to university. I'm actually going to ACC first, just so I can transfer in my credits.
Right.
And then I'm going to try for either UT Arlington or SCAD. I'd like to try SCAD.
I have a friend who just graduated from SCAD. She works for
And-
Coach now. She's actually a designer.
And until then, be working until my start in the fall.
Like her, I will be going to ACC for my first year to get all my basics done, and then I would probably transfer to UT or U of H into engineering and major in computer science. But I just plan to go to ACC and try and figure everything out a bit more, and save a bit more money, then
Good deal.
and go to university.
I'm actually not going to be starting college right away either, because I'm actually going to be getting surgery done on my wrist where I can better perform in music arts, since I've had a wrist injury for the longest time and it hinders my music. And then from there, I'll go to ACC, get my basics done, and then I'll be transferring to University of Washington.
Cool.
So I'd like to share with them a personal story. Back in 1960, when I graduated from Pflugerville High School and I went to UT, there was no such thing as a degree in computer science. And I took the classes in computer programming. And so what I'm saying, your experience that you have right here is going to provide opportunities that are unknown into the future. And they're cutting edge. And you will continue to learn, persevere, and continue with some patience along the way, you know, and you'll be amazed at what opportunities will be there for the next 50 to 60 years. I mean, IBM is celebrating, 50 years on this campus?
Well, that's on this campus.
And
The
I
company's
remember when
106
people
years
came
old.
here to
I know he
work
doesn't
right
look
out
that
of high
old, but
school,
yeah,
and
I'm
they
sure the
stayed
beginning.
forever.
That's fantastic. You guys will have jobs in 4 years that don't exist today, probably.
Yeah.
Especially in the IoT world where you're combining this, and even in medical, AI medical. Amy Anderson was one of the first users of Watson. Dr. Chen is still there, and her husband is CEO of MD Anderson. So it is, at some point, you can still combine AI plus medicine to help cure cancer.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing stuff out there.
That's one of the intentions here, is to get them not the skills for tomorrow, but for the year 2020.
Yeah. Very cool. Any questions for us, by the way? You guys haven't had a chance to grill us in the audience here.
So what'd you think?
Perfect, Denny.
Outside of Jacob's feedback, you guys did a fantastic job. We loved having you.
Oh, James.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't mean Frank?
Yeah, Frank, that's right. Yeah, he has a new name now. James or something?
Jason.
Jason.
Yeah.
No, you guys did an outstanding job. We loved having you guys. You have a good attitude. All of y'all did. Very nice personalities. And patience is a good tool. Don't ever lose impatience. The world needs more impatient people. So don't think that is a detriment. That is a benefit. Controlling impatience helps. Profanity is really good, by the way. It helps. But definitely, impatience is a good tool. We need more impatience in the world, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't become a Trump impatient person.
Yeah.
On the extreme there.
And I'd say keep up with Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Got a lot of stuff coming. Very cool stuff. You guys did a nice job, though. Really.
Fantastic.
Thank you.